boosted up my approval just a bit. Liliana. No, Liliana. I don't know, I keep pronouncing it Liliana.
Yes?
I think you should go. Really? I'm worried that I'm gonna make a mistake like I did on the bridge and accidentally hit the wrong thing. Okay, that's the one button. Okay.
Well, here I am.
This vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell. And the darkness drew me in.
You dreamed of the blight?
I suppose I did. That was what the darkness was, no? When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
And this made you want to help me.
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the blight devours everything?
I suppose I couldn't sit by either.
That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a blight to stop.
I don't exactly want to offend her by saying your Maker is the bastard who sent the blight on us.
Yes? Well, here I am.
What was life like in the Chantry Cloister, or what would someone like you be doing in Lothering's Chantry? Alright, let's start with the first one.
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my Chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
How so?
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
I prefer your ideas to the ideas of the Chantry.
Thank you. Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
Yay, I continue to get approval. I've only lost approval from a party member once, and that was from Morrigan when I decided to be a good person. What would someone like you be doing in Lothering's Chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
Just don't seem to belong in the cloister. They don't teach you how to fight in the cloister, do they? That's what I was wondering.
Did you think I was always a cloistered sister? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
Affirmed?
We affirm our belief in the Maker, in Andraste and the chant, but other than that, there are no vows taken.
So your skills were learned before your time in the Chantry.
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin.
A bard.
And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
Alright, so got a bit more understanding of Liliana. So we've talked with Alistair, we've talked with Liliana. Let's talk with Muffins.
Oh, why, you little...
Did you just jump at the sight of your own shadow again, Alistair? You nub.
Oh, you're so funny. Such rapier wit. Your furry friend here took offence at me getting near his food. He snapped at me. Look.
Aww. Hardly any blood drawn. Still, he shouldn't have.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Poor thing.
I once heard a really old legend about how the hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Aw, stop scaring him. I'd never feed you another human being.
It's not cannibalism if he's eating it, you know.
Don't forget that he's a war dog, bro.
Look at what your fool dog placed in my pack. A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
Really good muffins. Oh, man. It's the thought that counts. He means well.
The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
You're the lady.
I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
I think he hurt his feelings.
Oh, he's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
Well, at least you admitted to it. Aw, poor Muffins. I love the interactions with him and Alistair, though. Alistair almost kind of looks like Muffins. Don't tell him I said that. Hello, Sten. What's up?
Why are we stopping?
We're working together. I think I should get to know you.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
I need to know if I can trust you at my back.
I am Kunari. I have given my word to aid you. We are not people of idle promises.
Well, I've never seen a Canary before. Tell me about your people.
No.
Really? Why not?
People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of, the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
Wow, you bastard. You said you were in the army.
I am.
What made you decide to become a soldier?
Decide. I am a Sten of the Beresad. I did not choose to be who I am any more than you did.
Why would the Kunari send soldiers here?
The Antam are the eyes, hands, and mouth of the Kunari. We are how my people know the world.
You didn't really answer my question.
No, I didn't.
You're always as stubborn.
Yes. There is no point to this. We are keeping the darkspawn waiting.
But you've been in that cage for weeks. You must be hungry, or thirsty, or lonely.
You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight. As you wish.
Wow, that might go down in history as the shortest interaction with a party member ever. He did not give me the time of day at all. Alright, so Alistair, Sten, Ilana, Dog. Really, the only person I have left to talk to is this guy and Morgan. Let's talk with Morgan first. No. Yes. What?
I await your command.
Let's discuss something personal.
We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Never mind. It only gave me the option to ask why
I
she's
await
still there.
your command. So, full of questions, are you?
Can you teach others to become shape changers?
Possibly, if I had the desire to. I do not.
I should have known you'd be a selfish bitch. And why not?
I was told to accompany you and to help you, and that I shall. This may extend to the teaching of my mother's skills in time. For now, I simply do not know you well enough. I promise nothing.
Alright, fair enough, fair enough.
I await your command. So, full of questions, are you? I assume you were actually asking whether Flemeth herself gave birth to me. Truly, I do not know. I once asked Flemeth that very question, and she merely laughed at me. 'Tis not inconceivable that she could capture a chastened man, or perhaps change to a more attractive form to attract him willingly. I find it more difficult to imagine her with child.
She was not always as old as she is now, was she?
As a matter of fact, I remember her being younger once. She had black hair, much like my own, long and lustrous. But how could that be if she is centuries old? Has she become wizened only recently? Or are the tales of her legend only that, and nothing more? I do know the tales of Flemeth having many daughters, even though I have never met another. And Flemeth has always treated me as her blood.
Does that mean you love her?
What an odd thing to say. Why must love enter into the equation? Flemeth taught me everything I needed to learn. How to survive, the meaning of power, the truth of men. If other mothers do not teach these things, then I believe them the lesser.
Is there no place for nurturing and love? I dare to say it.
Room for coddling and weakness? Why should such things be desirable? To indulge in love is to indulge in delusion. Surely a Grey Warden such as yourself does not believe otherwise.
I do, in fact, believe otherwise.
I see. Well, we all have our weaknesses, don't we?
Damn it! I should have known that would happen. Well, thankfully, my approval is still good with her. Actually, my approval with her is the highest of everybody. However, that did do a blow. That did do a blow. I will not fret, though. If I decide that I want, like, a romantic relationship with her, I will go for it, indeed. Ilana's and Alistair are good. Oh, Sten doesn't have any equipment at all. Let's go with this. Go with ice arrows. I think I might need a bit more. I need a helmet, some armor. You know what could be smart is I'll go to one of the locations we need to go and then equip him with the leftover armor. Then I can switch him into my team. For now he has a bow, so that's good. What's the journal? A glimpse of a merchant in the distance. He appears to be following you. If you set up camp, he might be able to catch up to you. Soldier's Peak. Oh, this is this guy, I think.
You're a hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
I'm Ryu. I've never heard of you.
Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
How did you know him?
It's a bit of a tale, that is. But I'm the one who brought the Grey Wardens back to Ferelden. Well, I was one of the ones. There were a lot of us. Maker's breath, I'm a bit nervous. Honoured to be here, really.
Go ahead and tell your tale.
After King Marek freed us from the Orlesians, the Grey Wardens begged the King's permission to come into Ferelden, some sort of internal business. Me and a mess of other Warden sympathisers spoke on behalf of your order. Tan Loghain was very much against letting Orlesian Wardens in the kingdom. But Marek, Andraste, bless him, was a fair-minded monarch and he let them in.
Alright.
So that's why I was there when the Wardens and their leader, Genevieve, presented herself to the King. The first Wardens in Ferelden in over a century. Proudest state of my life, that was. Duncan was a bit of a scamp back then. We were of an age and struck up a friendship. The King himself went with the Wardens on their mysterious business. When he returned, he rescinded King Ardland's decree, and the Wardens came back to Ferelden for good.
Duncan was an easy man to like.
That he was.
Thank you for your part in bringing the Wardens here.
Oh, his stomach's all aflutter. You're welcome.
So what promise did he make to you?
My family, well, past a bit checkered to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arland banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
What happened next?
Hard to say. After King Arland died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one, and our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
Okay.
Our family's only crime was guarding the kingdom against the blight. We're not ashamed of that.
So, tell me what I need to know.
Duncan wanted to reclaim the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak, and perhaps we'll uncover evidence to restore my family's honour along the way. Nobody's been to Soldier's Peak since the Grey Wardens were banished, but I found a way. They say it's haunted, and it's certainly dangerous. Will you help me?
How will reclaiming the peak help the Wardens?
Soldier's Peak is strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. He also hoped to recover lost Warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now.
Why didn't Duncan help you?
Darkspawn surfaced in southern Ferelden, and Duncan got plenty busy recruiting new Wardens and meeting with good King Cailan. Duncan said he would help after the Battle of Ostagar. Said there might be useful things at the peak, but he never had the chance.
Alright, I'll have to think about this. I don't want to jump into it right away, because if it's a DLC content, I doubt my level's going to be high enough to actually deal with it right now, so... Actually, I want to do one of the Blight missions first.